I want to come off of him with a build I invented myself. Yo, let's go. It's essential. Well done, Pappy. Well done. Well done. As we are jumping into our first game this morning, in the right-hand corner here of Frostline, we have the blue Protoss player. He is a little bit strange. And spawning in the top bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the random player, random rolling and landing on Terran from land of Ukraine, representing Team Hokago T-Team. It is HackErIsTop. Here we go. So we have our fresh series, we have our PvT. Again, HackErIsTop did roll random, did let his opponent know his race, of course, as he typically does. And just like previously, we expect a crazy all-in. Not quite two-base lurker like what we saw previously, which was insane. But I'm sure something along the lines of it. So I would expect a 1-1-1, one-base all-in with double gases. I mean, again, second gases on the way, faster factory to faster starport. We may pull the boys with this. We'll see if it's going to be a tank-based all-in or something a little bit more spicy. Meanwhile, again, HackErIsTop does have a reputation, so Strange, I'm sure, is fully aware of said reputation. As that is not a factory, that is going to be a second Rax hidden further in the main. Okay, you have my attention. Let him cook. I would imagine this would be maybe a 4Rax, one base all in. The probe does attempt to scout. Do we go for the factory? Otherwise, it could be a 2-1-1 variation. It is factory. Okay. So factory, not a third or fourth rack. So it is going to be what looks to be something along the lines of a 2-1-1 setup. We might do this without the starport. The probe goes further in, and the probe, oh no, oh, barely does. Oh no, he goes back. No, he doesn't. Where's he going? And it looks like he will check. He will barely double check here. Bottom right, he was checking behind the mineral line first, and he does find the second racks. Okay. Does find the second racks. So with that, he's aware of the stim timing. Again, 2 Raxes with the Tech Lab as well. This should be a stim timing here from our Terran player. I would imagine we're going for a third Rax, question mark? Or starport? What's the plan? Stim is on the way. Stim is on the way. Marines are massing. Likewise, Tech Lab on the factory, so this will be for either tank or Cyclone support. I believe everything's okay. Yep, there we go. Okay, starport. Okay, so 2-1-1. So one base 2-1-1 here from HackErIsTop. I was curious if we were going to be seeing a third Rax just for extra marine production, but the answer is no. So no extra marines with this starport. This could be for medevac for some support in the air, or this could be a liberator for a different kind of support for just as much DPS as possible. We'll see. In the chat, it's going to take about 2 to 3 business days for me to mentally recover from what I've experienced. Yo, welcome to the Tuna Cup. Welcome. I should say welcome to HackErIsTop, I should say. Again, if you're unfamiliar with our player here, I mean, now you know, he does nothing but all-ins and crazy builds. Like, he's a very, very chaotic player. Very chaotic. And I was just saying earlier, and just so you can hear me, I don't blame you, Wok, for reading it as 2-base muta. Like when we saw the turrets, I'm like, yeah, because like based on everything you had seen, it did read that it was anything but. it was crazy. It was crazy. So I don't blame you. But yes. Take your business days. Take your days off. Oh no. Let the brain rest. Aye. For now, though, we're going to be calming down. Again, Hallucination will confirm the setup here. Oh my god, add-on swap? I assumed it was going to be a medevac or a liberator, but no, add-on swap into Raven production after Stim. Okay. I mean, with this, we'll have the anti-armor missile, we'll have the auto turrets. Meanwhile, Strange, I've been focusing a lot on what HackErIsTop is doing. Strange, he responds beautifully. Very defensive build. He does go for a robo opener. What does this mean? This means early safety immortal, which would be ideal against tank-based pushes, and we're rushing into early Colossus as well. This is the safest build you can go for in PvT, or one of the safest builds you can go for, and despite the army rocking up already here, there's plenty to defend. So medevac does try to boost in. Likewise does boost away. I mean, he sees a Colossus, and I'll be honest, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Strange. We have to pull the boys. For now, the boy. Okay, we're not pulling the boys. We're leaving them chilling back at home. We're reinforcing. We have 3 tanks. We have mass fire. Observer does confirm this. Strange, he sees everything coming his way. He's ready. He has his sentries, has his force fields. Colossus has arrived. More reinforcements on the way. A couple of boys are being pulled. Okay, let's go. We're pulling a couple of boys. Tanks, they fall back. They should be the first to siege. Oh, it doesn't quite turn on him though. And he's in danger here. Oh no! The brutal force field gets one of the tanks. One tank goes down. A second tank as well. We do get the disable. He researched disable? I didn't notice. He's crazy. Did research. He steps in. Does step forward. Takes down the initial mortal. Going for the Colossus. Can he get it? Can he get the Colossus? He's so close. What a last. So close. He gets it. Oh my god. Takes down the Colossus. But he's down to 1 tank. 1 tank left. Another Colossus has arrived. There's no disable. There's no Matrix. Yeah, no Matrix. Not yet. Okay, now he has one available, but he has no army. Going for the siege. He's down to 3 Marines. Throws down the auto turret instead. And with that, nice splits here from HackErIsTop. Takes down the Stalkers. Sutter stepping in. He wants the Colossus. He wants him. Can he get him? He's close. Oh my god, he's going for him. It's crazy. As Raven is going to be forced back. Strange, he does hold. And bear this in mind, his opponent's 1 base all in. Strange, he's getting a 3rd. He's getting a 3rd base. He's fully saturated on 2 bases as well. He's now getting up to 2 Colossus. We had some fancy moves here in the center, and I was impressed by how well HackErIsTop traded, but he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He just lost both at Ravens. He's going to be forced back. In a very intense early game here. But he's gonna be broken. Yeah, oh my god. Tank volleys, they shut down the Stalkers. But the Colossus, they hold their own. Yeah, they shut down the tanks. HackErIsTop going for a desperation drop into the main. Remember, he does have stim. Oh, Banshee behind this. Okay, going into Banshees, no cloak. Vanilla Banshees. Vanilla Banshees on the way. Dropping to the natural. Oh, but now there's 3 Colossus. That's terrifying. I'm seeing 3 Colossi. There's a 4th Colossus on the way. He's going pure Colossus. Strange is also crazy. Ay. Likewise, HackErIsTop. What I'm most impressed by is just how much army supply HackErIsTop is able to pump out off of a 1 base economy, right? Like army supply wise, is actually quite comparable with Strange. Numbers wise, of course, Strange has a superior composition with Colossus, with force fields. HackErIsTop getting within range. Likewise, he has 1 Raven, and he will soon have energy for 1 disable. Only 1 though. Up against 4 Colossus. Like Banshee pokes in. Banshee does poke in. More reinforcements on the way. Hacker, he expands. He's expanding. He's lost his mind. He's getting a natural. Now is the time to expand. True. So 23 SCVs. Has HackErIsTop, he does stim over. Does a threat in the main. Does Ren. He still only has the 1 disable. You could try to go for the anti-armor missile, but like pushing into 4 Colossus though, those swipes are going to be brutal. Tanks are trying to close that distance. Now we have Archons morphing in. More Stalkers. Tanks are within range of the shield battery. He commits in. He goes. Yeah, does collapse over the tanks. Tanks going to be the first to pull down. Does go for the missile. And alas, Strange, he will clean this up. He will shut down the army. The Colossus, they do stand strong. They shut everything down. GG gets called, and Strange will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Strange, he does take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense one-way win out of HackErIsTop. As a reminder, it was a 2-on-1 stim into add-on swap after the medevac into Raven production with Interference Matrix. Like that's what caught me off guard, is the swap into Raven into Interference Matrix, which actually allowed HackErIsTop to win the fight in the center of the map. Unfortunately, the Raven arrived a little bit too late, so he lost 2 tanks in the lead up to it. But if he was able to preserve those 3 tanks in the lead up to that fight with the Raven, he wins that, and he pushes into the natural. Does he win from there? Hard to say, but like that was insane. Or imagine if Strange wasn't so proactive. Like imagine if Strange was more defensive, if he was more tentative, if he was being more passive at home, waiting for his opponent to come to him. Then HackErIsTop, he would have taken advantage of that Raven timing. That was a crazy build. But here we go, we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Strange. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Ukrainian random player once again landing on Terran, representing Hokago T team. It is HackErIsTop. See in the chat, this is all just a game to HackErIsTop, isn't it? Ah, no. It's crazy. I mean, I appreciate the builds for sure, but the question becomes, does he have another build? I do remember that for a while in TVT, I think he only had 1 build. I'll be honest, I think he only had like 1 all-in for TVT, which was what we saw against Wok. So I'm curious to see how much diversity he has in this matchup. But oh, as the SCV does go down, massive pickoff. Strange, he will delay the racks. This delays the factory as well. It delays everything else. It is going to be a double gas opener, but Strange already just throwing a wrench in the works and disrupting his opponent. So, oh no, not again, no, he wants it, he wants another SCV, that probe. Yeah, he does rotate over, he wants the SCV, and he will get him. Oh god, 1 more shot, what a mass, he's going for the kill. Oh my god. Gets punished. Strange, he's going to be zoned away. HackErIsTop going for his factory. That is a factory before second racks, so this is a different build. It is a different build. Back at home, gate expanded to Cybercore. Standard opener here by Strange. Everything is standard. Really, we're waiting to see what kind of build this is going to lead into. Already, this is a different build. As a reminder, last game there was a second racks before factory, I should say. Before factory. This time factory before anything else. So this does look different. Probe does go down, and we are going for that second racks. So it is going to be the initial 2-1 setup once again, but in a different order, in a different way. From here, we'll see if he does rush into Stim, if he does rush into Ravens. Once again, Robo opener out of Strange, so a very safe build here. Once again from our Protoss. Oh no, the surround! It does surround the Reaper. Reaper does fall. And HackErIsTop, did he see this? Did he see the tech? He did not. He did not confirm the tech. He does not know if it's a Twilight Council, a Robo, or a Stargate. So HackErIsTop is in the dark. Hallucination does get eyes on the setup. Here comes the add-on swap here into Stim. So Stim, tank production. Is this the same build? So far it looks to be. It looks to be similar, I should say. Like, because the Stim is going to be later here, it means that there's going to be a later add-on swap. So medevac first. And we might see an add-on swap into Raven again. We'll see. Otherwise, this could be Stim into Combat Shields and medevac into Liberator. Strange, same response. Robo opener into Immortal into Bay for Colossus production. There's the safety Immortal. There's the medevac. There's the initial drop. And so far, nothing else being built from that starport. Yeah, he's going for the add-on. It's the same build. Okay. Going for the same kind of setup here. Add-on swap into Raven, into Interference Matrix. And we'll see if this time he can preserve his tanks a little bit further here. Can't preserve them. Yeah, there it is. Interference Matrix on the way. Raven production has begun. As Marines, they threaten to dive. Medevac takes a massive volley. Medevac has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Strange once again being active here. Now, my biggest criticism of this execution, oh no, the Medevac takes a lot of damage. Oh my god. Was that HackErIsTop, if you recall, he did push without his Raven last game, so he had to fight without Interference Matrix. This time, I would imagine he's going to hold on to that. As he does spot the Observer. Observer spots him. HackErIsTop, he does move out. Observer does spot this. Strange is going to engage in the center of the map. Ooh, Medevac goes down. Brutal pickoff. That means how much less micro potential here. Yeah, rough start for HackErIsTop. Does get the disable. Does get the Colossus. He steps in. Yeah, the Immortal is going to go down, but can he get the Colossi? Oh, it's going to be close. Rushing on forward. Takes down most of the Gateway Army, but the Colossus does survive. And this time the Colossus does live. Tank moving in. Oof. Shot goes off. Volley does go off here. Now here comes the second Colossus. A couple of boys are being pulled. Nice position with the tank. Ravens did survive. They can build up energy for another disable. So he's holding on to another disable. Tank is slowly pushing in. These are slow sieges though. Worth it. Gets 2 volleys off. Not bad. Gets up a couple of volleys. Shield battery is within range. Here we go. Gearing up for another attack. Is going to commit in. Here comes the disable. But there's still 2 Colossus. Yeah, they just shell away at the tanks. The tanks are going to go down. There are just too many Colossi. Yeah, both tanks fall. And the bunker's been broken. Bunker is broken. Strange, he holds. He does break out. HackErIsTop going for a drop into the main. But this time Strange did not lose a single Colossus. And he has his 4th Colossus on the way. Like, he's very secure. Though there were some moments here when it came to the initial all-in, but and the drop does get into the main. We'll get some counter damage done, but Strange, he doesn't care. Yeah, Strange, he does not care. He just commits. Takes down the tank. He's going for the kill. We're pushing into 2 tanks. It's going to be brutal. Despite that, the Colossus, they just, oh my god, they just mowed down those tanks. 1 tank goes down, 2nd tank as well. There's 1 tank left. Yeah, 1 tank remaining, and it'll also fall. And with that, there's nothing remaining. There's nothing here. There's a couple of Marines. There's 1 Banshee on the way. The Banshee will eventually deal with this, I suppose. Likewise, drops, so wreaking havoc. Does force a defensive warp in. But GG gets called. It's just too much, and Strange, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Strange. He will claim the series. He will take the 2-0, and he will advance on. Into said next round. Again, a very intense series here. Same build 2 games in a row. I did really enjoy it the first time. Second time, though, it did feel like Strange. He was a lot better prepared. He was much better prepared this time. Much better prepared. Oh. As with that, Strange will take the 2-0 and will advance on. And the question becomes, who's up next? Who is up next? As we switch our scenes over.